Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 8 of my Agrarian Skies Hardcore Quest Let's Play. This game pack by Jadedcat is available on the Feed the Beast launcher. Since last episode, I've expanded the platform out here for some new projects I'm going to tackle today. I've been letting the cactus farm run, have over a stack of cactus at this point. I laid out a little bit of path, the gravel road, cleaned things up a bit so they look a little nicer. Got the farm expanded to a full farm. Been letting this run. I've got a pile of dusts and metals and a whole bunch of extra redstone. I made myself a second redstone energy cell. Have more redstone energy conduits as well. And I've been cooking up a whole bunch of smooth stone so that I can make some of my favorite building materials. Tore down the lava farm as I want to move the smeltery and this whole thing, and I've got some plans about ingot production that I'm going to handle later on. And I barreled up all that lava with the drum that I had to make for one of the quests. I now have 94 buckets of lava stored. Most significantly, down here I created myself a squid pool. This is a 9x9 by 4 or 5 deep pool, and lots of squid spawning here. I'm going to come through and kill some of these for the first time and show you why I wanted squids and what I can do with the drops from them. See, I've gotten tired of living on a steady diet of French fries. It's time to up my food game slightly, and squids are an easy way to do that. Also, I'm going to need all of this water to be able to go fishing, because I'm terrible at fishing, and I'm going to need the extra space to be able to actually hit anything. So you can see I got raw squids, ink sacs, and raw calamari from killing the squids. Oh, I also tore down... Oh. Zombie trophy. So this is probably a little bit of a bug. The trophies are supposed to be disabled entirely. Maybe it's only the trophies that can do fun things on right clicks. Still, the simple fact that there's a trophy there at all means that I'm going to need some better form of filtering up top. I tore down all of the ducks and everything from the area because I wanted to show you upgrading those to just a better format. But before we get to that, why squids? Well, the raw squids from mariculture can be used in place of any of the raw fishes in creating mariculture machines, can be... that's a little bit of a weird texture bug in this texture pack. If you had live squids, you can use them in fish breeding, or you can use them to get ink sacs. And they can't be melted... These can't be melted down for fish oil, but most fish can. Any case, so they're a little useful. The real purpose was the raw calamari, though, because raw calamari plus flour of any sort makes fish sticks, and fish sticks with fries makes fish and chips, one of my absolute favorite meals in the real world. So why not live on fish and chips for a while? It'll be greasy and good, and I'll get horribly fat and pimply. To make flour, you can use potatoes, or you can use your wheat, as we saw in an earlier episode. So I'm going to need 10 flour with my mortar and pestle, and I'm going to want my bakeware to combine the calamari, the flour, and the bakeware into fish sticks, which is a light meal, which is just like the fries we already have, except now I can combine the fish sticks and the fries to get the fish and chips. Now you can see I'm down 4 hunger bars right now. That's 8 hunger points. I eat 1 fish and chip. I'm full. I think that they might even restore slightly more than that. So and I also get 2.5 minutes of that regen buff well fed. So using meals instead of light meals will extend your food supply significantly, which is a fantastic thing for me because it means I need to eat less often, and I like it. It's better. Now, why do I have all of my ducks in my inventory? Well, I want the clear ones, and I think I showed that last time how you can upgrade them, but I wanted to do this on camera. So there's fluid ducks and item ducks. And yeah, that's, not the most efficient use of resources. Like, they do the exact same thing, but I feel like they're prettier this way. And that matters to me. So, because I know I'm getting some extra drops out of this, I'm actually going to break down this guy, pull him out here, and use him manually if I need to. And I'm gonna craft myself a good chest to put there to collect extras. And to do that, I'm gonna need some iron and some gold, and I'm gonna need a chest, which I have extras around here somewhere, I think. Eh. Can't be bothered to keep looking. So, one chest. Surround your chest with iron ingots, you get an iron chest. Surround your iron chest with gold ingots, you get a golden chest, which is even better than the silver chest I have over here. If I wanted to upgrade that silver chest, I would need 1 silver, 4 glass, and 4 gold. So you end up using less gold by going the copper, silver, gold route, but it's less crafts to go the iron, gold route. So, and also copper, silver, gold, you skip iron entirely, which is always at a premium. At this point, though, I've got enough resources that I'm not going to be running out anytime soon. Just not particularly worried about it. Alright. Actually, I want to break that. And I want to go down here. Set you up. Set you to output. And rebuild the item duct chain. These might get one further upgrade in the future to move a little bit faster, but it's just not necessary at this time. Alright, some of the other projects that I wanted to work on. I want to use this slimy sapling. I want to use these cotton seeds, all of this stuff that I got from quest rewards, and to start progressing further down the quest chain. I'm not particularly focused on any one project this episode. However, I am including a poll for what the next project to focus on will be. The options, I believe, are inventory management and automated ingot smelting, or focusing on the magical mods, Thaumcraft and Blood Magic, starting the You're a Wizard, Steve series of quests. For the hoarding would be the inventory management. Or I can get started on bees and trees. I'm not particularly worried about starting on the liquids yet, because the next step is applied energistics liquid management, and I want to get regular applied energistics storage going first. Today I'm going to be completing a few more of the Learn to Skyblock quests, but not until after I get these set up. So this is the slimy sapling I was telling you about earlier. You can't bone meal this, but given enough time it'll grow into a slime tree. Once it finally does, I can show you how that works and what it does for us. Need me some bones. Jungle saplings, on the other hand, you can bone meal, and I want them set up in this 2x2. Oop, there we go. Because I want vines. When you grow a 2x2 jungle tree, and they often grow very tall, you get vines out of it. And you can collect those vines with shears, which I need to make a new one. So let me go grab a couple of Invar. And I don't have a particular use in mind for these vines just yet, but it's just useful to have something. They grow basically continuously. I can use them to make scaffolding, which I'm not particularly worried. Ooh, I can sift them. That's potentially useful. Anyway, the only thing they cost to make more of is, Invar and time, because I can just, for example, set them there, and they'll grow down until they reach the bottom. So vines are kind of a bit of a ladder replacement almost. Very useful. So let's get started on the quests. First off, next quest is fishing trip. Speaking of slime sapling, I need raw fish. To get raw fish, I have to go fishing, and as I said earlier, I am terrible at fishing. So you get to watch me do horrible, horrible things with this fishing rod. First off, though, I'm going to clear out this pool of squids so that I don't accidentally hook a squid, because with my luck, I'll end up spending an extra 10 minutes because I keep hitting squids. Luckily, I'll only ever need to do this fishing by hand once. Oh, good. Broke my sword. It was bound to happen eventually. It was a single shot device. I'll make myself a proper sword sometime soon. Just not a high priority for me. Okay, so, two fish. You need your bobber to land in the water, but if you just shoot at the other side of the pool, you'll hit the block over there, and it won't collect fish for you. It'll sit there forever and do nothing. If you aim straight down into the water, it'll bounce in and then magically float up above the water. And it won't collect fish. It will sit there forever. So you need to aim up just right so that the bobber will fly into the air and then fall down into the pool of water. It's possible to do this with a very small and very shallow pool of water if you are not terrible at fishing like I am. So I made myself a very wide and a fairly deep pool of water entirely so that I could do this in an efficient time period on screen. Now, further complicating matters, fishing in 1.6.4 is a very low chance. You have a 1 in 500 chance per tick of actually hooking a fish. So your average time for catching a fish is 7.5 seconds, and it can technically take an infinity amount of seconds. You may never catch a fish if you are just that unlucky. It's technically possible, but the likelihood of that actually happening is infinitely small because probabilities and math and a whole bunch of numbers that I'm not going to bore you guys with. Hopefully, this will actually catch a fish sometime soon. We can move on. If I had to rely on fishing for my food supply, I would die. There we go. Finally got one. Okay, so that's the only fish I will ever catch by hand because, well, I mean, you saw why. Just no. Alright, so I'm going to turn in my raw fish. I'm going to claim my reward bag. I get a cooked fish, which I'm going to eat right now triumphantly because delicious. There. And I have a reed fishing rod for mariculture now, which we'll use at a later time. Let's see what's in that. Well, actually, let's go up here and deposit some things because I don't have enough inventory space to actually safely hold everything that could be in a reward bag. And we got a great selection. These are all fruit trees from Pam's Harvest Craft. Plums, lemons, walnuts, vanilla beans, and dragon fruit. I will definitely be making use of those very soon because that'll give us the ability to get a lot of really good food started. Alright, next quest on the chain is the survival is not tasty. I need to craft a sifter from mariculture and use it to create a bunch of bait. So, the sifter from mariculture is created with a fishing net, which is string and sticks, some planks, and some sticks. So, I need my string, I need my planks, and I need my sticks, which are hiding somewhere because I am a complete mess of mismanagement. So, make a fishing net. These fishing nets are also useful in that they will, if placed on top of water, generate raw fish from mariculture, kind of randomly, slowly over time. Make myself a sifter. Now that I've crafted the sifter, I can claim my reward. I'll keep going with one from the right. And I get a quarter heart, 16 maggots, and a good reward bag. Let's see what's in this reward bag. We got cinder pearls and shimmer leaf. Ooh, fancy. Back to the quest book. Next, fungus among us. Now this is the one that I was preparing for. I need a soul sand. To get soul sand, I have to build a little area to do it. I also need an ender pearl and glowstone dust, which I already have. So I need to create mycelium, which can be done by taking these ancient spores and right-clicking on some dirt. And now I have mycelium, and it'll slowly spread. To make that, to make soul sand with that mycelium, I need to get a barrel, sit it next to the mycelium, and give it some water. And that will start slowly changing. Now, once that changes fully into witch water, I can put sand in there, and, you know, then I've got soul sand. But that's going to be a fairly slow process if I do it one at a time. So I'm going to start gathering a fairly large quantity of the witch water instead. And I'm going to do so by grabbing a tank and another barrel. So I'm going to set you to only pull out the witch water. As you can see, that's now turned into witch water. I've got a bucket full of witch water. So I'm going to whitelist witch water on the fluid filter. And I'm going to get my crescent hammer because I'm terrible at remembering tools. Tell you to pull. And I've got you set to redstone control disabled. So it's ignoring redstone. I don't actually need a lever there. So now, if I pump water in with a fluid duct, it should begin slowly changing into witch water, and then it will pop into there. Actually, I want to pull it out of the other side. Because of reasons. So I'm going to redo that whole thing. Whitelist witch water and set it to redstone ignored. And once that's full of witch water, it will pull right into there. Fantastic. You can only pull items out of a barrel through the bottom, but it looks like you can pull fluids out from any direction. We're going to set that up right like that. Grab our portable tank, set it right there. That way it'll drain into the top, and now I have 2 buckets full of witch water. And I'm going to set up another fluid duct there. Actually, not there. At least not yet. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to grab a cover, because I want to separate these two. Stick the cover right there, and I can set the fluid duct down, and now they don't connect. And then I can set another oak barrel there, and I can drain, turn that on, and that'll keep this... Oh, there's currently rain. So I'm going to give you a little rain cover, and then I'm going to break you and set you back down. And there we go. Now I'm collecting a backlog of witch water, and it'll be fed into this barrel for when I want to use it. And I still have a couple of spaces worth of mycelium to be able to collect mushrooms from if I decide I need them later. Now what can I do with this witch water? Well, I can use witch water primarily, first of all, to make soul sand. And all I need to do is take a piece of sand, dump it in the witch water, and now I have soul sand. Soul sand is great for throwing through the sieve because you can get nether quartz out of it. And nether quartz is extremely useful for a lot of things. There's also other nether materials you can get from it, such as Tinker's Construct, cobalt and ardite. You can get glowstone. I don't know if you can get blaze powder. Anyway, a lot of good stuff. So I'm going to take that soul sand. I'm going to grab an ender pearl, and I'm going to grab a bit of glowstone. And now I can turn in this quest. Manual submit. I can get an enchanted fish or an enchanted sword. I'm going to take the enchanted sword, which is enchanted with Silk Touch, which does not belong on a sword, but will be very, very useful. That Silk Touch enchant will primarily be useful when I can get it moved over to a pickaxe and can take it exploring the nether, so we're not going to worry about that right now. However, I do now have enough hearts pieces to make myself a full heart, gain another life, increase my score to 7. Next step along this particular quest chain is getting rubbery, but I've already made plastic sheets, and this was kind enough to give me the credit for it well in advance. So I'm going to claim the right-hand bag, and I'm going to take my other half heart, get another life, and I'm up to 8 points. Also got a pile of rubber saplings, which I already had, and another goodie bag. This goodie bag had a manulin. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Anyway, it had a big old Tinker's Construct hammer. So if I ever need to destroy large quantities of ground, I can do that. Alright, back to the quest book. What's next? Cultivating the harvest. Need to build MFR harvesters, an Invar sickle, and a sludge boiler. The other option at the moment, Mary had a butcher shop. Oh, 10 rotten flesh and 10 bones? Heck yeah, no problem. Turn that in. We'll grab a next reward. There's a mystery animal in there. We won't be using that right away. Ooh, and I've got a good reward bag. which rewarded me with a handful of cultivated princesses and 3 cultivated drones. Sweet, that'll make getting bees started a lot easier once I get around to that. Next on the list, the pastoral life. Craft a chicken egg, craft a squid egg. No problem. So this brings me to something that I've been wanting to work on anyway. To craft a chicken egg, it's 9 arrows just like that. And I'm actually going to make a small handful of them. I'm going to get myself a bucket of water to take downstairs with me, and some smooth stone. Getting quite hungry, but I want to wait to see how far. Oh yeah, we're up to 16 barrels. It was 16 buckets in that tank. I love being able to set up minor little automation like that for almost free. Alright, we're down 5 hunger now. So a nourishing meal restores 4 full hunger points. And looks like it keeps you saturated for quite some time. Alright. Get my water bucket down here. I'm setting up down here a tiny little egg farm. This is going to be very modern day industrial egg farm style. Just like you would see in, you know, real life. Except, I wish I could say it was going to be slightly more cruel, but it's really not. This is basically how your eggs are made, folks. If you eat eggs. Not that I have anything against the consumption of animals or anything. And honestly, I'm a bit of a heartless person when it comes to food. If it's still squawking, I will chase it down and kill it and skin it and eat it. However, in general, chickens live in severely overcrowded tiny little pens like this, with machines that just grab the eggs out from underneath them. And that's what the vacuum hopper is going to do. It's going to suck the any eggs that the chickens lay right up into it. So that completes the spawn chicken egg portion of it. To make a squid egg, I need 8 fishing rods surrounding a chicken egg. Chickens take between 7.5 and 13 minutes or so to lay an egg. So the 28 of them there, they should, you know, produce an egg, you know, with that many of them every half minute or so. Gonna leave them there to process, and hopefully I'll have some eggs appearing in my chest up here sometime soon. So while they're doing that, I'll get started making some harvester, planter, and sludge boiler. For that, I'm gonna need, you know, redstone, gold, glass, all of that. Redstone, glass, iron, gold. I'm very low on gold. I'll have to cook up some of what I have, because they all use machine frames from thermal expansion. The Mine Factory Reloaded blocks usually have their own building block, but in this pack they've been set to use the thermal expansion building materials entirely, so that it's a very unified tech progression. Oh, that's right. One other thing that I wanted to do, as long as I was working at it. Where did it go? There we go. Cotton seeds. So these in the 3x3 grow cotton, and I can actually take bone meal in a 3x3. If I put 9 bone meal into a crafting table, I get a bone meal bag, which will grow things in a 3x3. So boom. Now I've got cotton. Now, cotton is basically a string creation system. I can take 3 of it and make a string, or I can take 9 of it to make 1 wool, which is slightly more efficient than otherwise available. So there we go. I've got string kind of growing passively, and I don't need to worry about it as much anymore. It's not going to go amazingly fast. I don't need it to. It'll just happen over time. So, I'm going to continue resource gathering for a moment until I have what I need to create the completion of this quest. Once I do, I'll be right back. Alright, I think I have everything that I absolutely need at the moment. Besides a little bit more plastic, which is cooking. There we go. So, I'm going to make some raw plastic. I'm going to make 3 of these machine frames. And I'm going to make 3 of these redstone reception coils, because all of the machines use both. I'm going to make myself 2 pairs of shears, an Invar axe. Harvesting isn't cheap, you know. Shears, machine frame, these 2. What was the last item? Oh yeah, more gold. And there we go. 1 MFR harvester. Next order of business, planter, which is made with 2 pistons, using my aluminum. Oh hey, I need more planks. Luckily I can turn the rubber wood into jungle planks. I've got the machine frame, I've got the flower pot, I've got everything I need. Boom, planter. And then sludge boiler, which is made with a couple of furnaces and a bucket. So yes, 2 furnaces, 1 bucket, 2 plastic, 2 iron, 1 redstone reception coil, 1 machine frame equals sludge boiler. And that is that. Oh, I need my invar sickle. What was I thinking? Of course I need an invar sickle. And this is a craft quest, which means I get to keep all of the goodies. Now, sickles are a fun item. They allow you, and I'm going to show you on this rubber tree that I'm about to grow. They allow you to clear out large amounts of plant matter very quickly. For example, 1 click there, and boom, huge area of leaves broken. And it gives you the same chance of dropping a sapling as you would normally get from vanilla. So, let's see what we get for our goodie bag. Oh, that's right. Oh, there's another step to this. That's fun. Sludge. I need to submit a sludge bucket. And that's going to have to wait until next time, because to get a sludge bucket, I need to set up all of those machines I just made. So let's see if I got my egg yet. No, I did not. So I'll let that run between now and next episode. I believe that's all the time I have for today. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to be setting up a poll. Let me know if you would like me to focus next on creating an applied energistics inventory management system and building an automated ingot smelting system, or starting in on bees and trees and working on these quests and bee breeding, or starting on You're a Wizard, Steve, and making myself the Thaumonomicon and Sacrificial Knife to get started with both Thaumcraft and Blood Magic. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please like, comment, subscribe. All of those things very much help my channel get more exposure. And I will see you next time.